What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Look, man, this goes out to all of the people all around the world that find it real easy to talk about what other people got going on in their life, to talk about other people's business. We seem to just perk up anytime an opportunity presents itself to go gossip about what somebody else is going through. We never pass up a chance to put our 2 cents in, especially when nobody even asked for it. And the funny part about that is that number one, it's really, it's childish and it's immature to do that. That's number one. Number two, it's very ignorant because everybody got some business. When I say everybody, that includes you. That includes you who seem to get a thrill out of running to somebody, hopping on your phone, jumping on social media to make a comment or go in on somebody, whether you know them or not. Typically, you see it done with a lot of celebrities, and that's what gets the most attention because they're out front. And so the comment section is going to be 2 or 3 thousand, 5,000 comments strong. But this is really more so about just people that you know that are not famous, that are just in your circle, people you work with, hang out with, go to school with, know around the neighborhood, or you see them but you don't really know them like that. That's the worst thing to do, is to go out and speak somebody's business, whether it's true or not. Some people say, well, man, it ain't like I lied on the man. What I said about him was true. That's not the point. It's not your place to go around just fueling the information. And it's always crazy how we never had that same type of motivation and passion to go spread some good news about somebody. And the reason that is because we are so, picture 2 wires. So you got a wire here, a wire there, but our wires they're crossed up. So we are very, very happy to hear about the downfall of somebody. Or we're very, very happy to hear about somebody's misfortune and hardships. Man, she lost that job. Yeah, she was trying to act like she was all there. Now she done lost that job. All kind of stuff like that, man. We get excited to go tell it. Tell who snitched and who this and who that. We happy to say that, man. And when somebody does something that needs to be celebrated, it don't really get as much traction because something inside of you, something is inside of you that just, you don't like that. That's not interesting enough to discuss. It ain't, yeah, that's kind of whack, man. That's kind of boring. It don't get my blood boiling to go tell some good news about somebody. That's just the way we're wired up. Our wires are crossed out. But to go back to my original statement and my point of making this video is that it always amazes me how the people who do that the most, they will go the craziest if you start talking their business. If you know something about them and you start going in on them or telling other people about what they got going on, they would lose their mind. They will come unglued. And they will come unglued in a way that basically would lead you to believe that they had never in life done the exact same thing to somebody else. And in some cases, these cats are multiple serial gossipers, serial slanderers, serial backbiters. That's basically what their day consists of. Wake up, eat breakfast, go talk about somebody. And the people who are just as bad, almost as bad as those who do the gossiping, are the ones who sit there and they give an ear to it. Y'all sit up and listen to it. You just as hungry for it. You just as hungry to hear it as they are to tell it. And it would be real cool every now and then, or better yet, it would be real cool for us to go into the habit or get into the practice of being able to cut people off the second they get started getting ready to go in on somebody. And you listening at first because you don't know where they're going with it unless you know the person. And then all of a sudden, once you kind of see where it's going, well, hold on, bro. Hey, man, I don't get into all that type of stuff, man. So I'm going to go ahead and stop you right there. I don't really get into all of that. I think just doing that will make the world a better place. But it's something in us we got to know. We got to know. And you heard what he did, huh? No, what are you doing? But the second somebody hits somebody about you with a, hey, you heard what he did, heard what she did, now it's a problem. Now it's all out war. So that was a scripture that comes to mind. Keep in mind, I'm not a preacher, a minister, none of that. But I'm a spiritual person, and these principles come up in my mind every now and then we having a particular topic that we're discussing. And Jesus said, before you talk about the splinter in my eye, you need to worry about that beam that's in your own eye. Now, I hooded it out a little bit, but that's basically what it is. That should be our check point anytime we getting ready to talk bad about somebody. Our checkpoint, our tap on the shoulder should be, hey, you ain't no angel either. You got skeletons too now. You've done some things and have been through some things that you wouldn't want people to be talking about and judging and condemning you and laughing at you about. That should always be our checkpoint, our roadblock that prevents us from yapping. You know what else he did? Man, just the sound of that should just bother you. Alright, man, well, this your big brother K-Rino. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Leave your comments below. Anything that I forgot, be sure to put it down there and like, comment, subscribe. And look, check this out, man. Underground Dialogue Podcast, that's our new podcast channel. Go over there right now, Underground Dialogue Podcast, and check out the latest episode. Episode 5 features the legend, ESG. We got a small clip, and we'll be leading up to the big interview dropping this Friday, man. ESG is in the building, man. So y'all make sure y'all go over there right now and check us out. All right, peace and love.